And Vidal, if I put him in and then Harbaugh is like, oh, Vidal's going to be the lead back, and then Hassan Haskins rushes for 150 yards, the podcast is canceled. I'm crashing out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Time of Possession. Jared, Tyler, Ryan, back at it again for another exciting week of football and baseball. Tonight we're going to be talking about Week 6 of the NFL season, at least all of the Sunday games as well as Thursday Night Football, because we do have to talk about the Eagles losing to Jared's favorite quarterback, Jackson Dart, and you know. And so we're not going to be able to talk Monday night because I'm pretty sure this will get posted Monday. But we're recording this on Sunday night after the Lions-Chiefs game, which we will talk about. And then we'll give you our upset alert updates for the week. Shout out the Carolina Panthers for getting your boy back to 500.
Way to go, Ryan. Yeah, damn.
We're back at 500 on the upset picks.
When I said there wasn't going to be upsets this week, man, sheesh.
Tyler was almost on the nose with that.
Pretty much almost right, yeah.
Almost right, except for, I guess the Giants.
I think the only way to win, Tyler, is just to pick what Ryan picks.
For real, he knows his upsets. Yeah,
because it always goes right for him. But but when I bet on my team is when it goes right for me. So I guess if I want to win at upset alert, I have to pick against my team.
True.
Maybe. We'll be giving you a Week 6 upset, at least with the lines that are currently available for next week. Some of them are not available yet because obviously the Monday games have not been played yet, and the lines really don't get 100% set until Tuesday, Wednesday area. So and then obviously we will talk about baseball and the playoff updates and all of that. We did have game 1 of a series tonight, so we're going to talk about that and then what it means for the future, and as well as the Dodgers and Brewers series. So excited for that. Shout out the Mariners. Go M's, and
let's feeling game 1. Wow, in Toronto. Bryce Miller actually pitching really well in the postseason compared to what he looked like in the regular season. Damn.
There was a reason I dropped him in the regular season early.
Well, look, we could start there if you guys want and do baseball first if you want. It depends, whatever order you guys want to do it in.
We can do NFL, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll do NFL.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start tonight with the game that we just most recently watched. The Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. It was kind of like the biggest matchup for this week. Look, the Lions were down their top 4 defensive backs, and Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things. 250-something yards, 3 touchdowns, very efficient. Everyone was eating for the Chiefs. Especially, the refs and everything. Yeah, it just completely swallowing their flags tonight for the Kansas City Chiefs. 0 penalties.
Dude, I was going to say, did they end with 0 penalties? Damn,
they ended with 0 penalties. Detroit didn't have a crazy amount either. It was 4 penalties for them for 38 yards, so nothing crazy.
Okay. One of them was,
Yeah. That one, so let's talk about the big one that happened at the beginning of the game. Detroit's first drive. Obviously, points got taken off the board. Jared Goff caught a touchdown on a legal formation, which, by the rule book, you can't reverse a touchdown for a penalty flag that you did not throw. So the fact that they allowed the Kansas City Chiefs to sit there for 2.5 minutes and argue their point, and everything, and argue why it should have been a penalty, and then choose to throw the flag, and then choose to reverse the touchdown is kind of crazy.
Fishy,
and look,
like you said.
You guys know I'm not an NFL is rigged guy, but it is very hard to ignore the luckiness of the Kansas City Chiefs. Like that instance, and then getting 0 penalties for a team that had 13 penalties last week is kind of nuts to me. And obviously, the Chiefs get back to 500. They're a game back of the Broncos and the Chargers for second and first place in the AFC West. Detroit is 4-2. They're still in control of that division. So, I guess they're not. I get technically the Packers are above them because the Packers tied a game, but looking at it today, I do believe the Lions are better than the Packers, even despite the Week 1 loss, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't
Not
think
the way
that,
you expected it to go, I know, Rye.
No. I mean, I was a big Packers guy, even before the Micah trade, right? And
Yeah.
so, but that's because I thought Detroit would take a step back offensively. They did
So did
look
I,
like
to be
they
fair.
looked like
Yeah.
they took a step back offensively tonight because,
Mhm.
and look, if you are an old head of if you're like an old head and you're just like, I don't get why they're going for all the fourth downs, just take the field goal, take the points. This was a good indication of why maybe that logic is not flawed at all times because
Yeah.
Detroit left a lot of points on the board, man, on fourth downs that they could have got easy field goals on.
Mhm.
But obviously, 6 or 7 being taken off the board for them early in the game was a big momentum shifter. And then the Chiefs they're back to scoring 30 points every single week. The offense looks good. They're completely healthy, and Rashid Rice is coming back next week. So
Oh God.
it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, bro. They're about to get really good, probably.
Well, next week they do play the Raiders, so it's going to be a great indicator for what the offense could potentially look like down the stretch with Rashid Rice getting in there. So, so the Chiefs are in a really good spot, man. It does not feel like they are 3-3, but they are right now. So it's really up to the Broncos and the Chargers to continue to keep pace. But with the Broncos' performance today in London against the Jets, I don't really feel inspired by that, and I do not look forward to playing the Chiefs soon here in the regular season. So I want to, you guys go
We
ahead and give your
expected it
thoughts
to be a blowout, man. I mean, we kind of thought the Lions were gonna stomp them. I feel like, or did you think it was the Chiefs that was gonna blow
I
out
think I
the
thought the
Lions?
Lions were gonna out physical them at the line of scrimmage, and
I thought they were gonna run them over. Yeah.
like they did to Baltimore, but they just didn't because they were behind all game, so
No.
they had to pass.
Ahmed
Yeah,
Rob was off with
He
Goff
dropped.
at the start too.
He dropped a
Dropped some
critical fourth down.
passes. Yeah.
yeah, he did.
Just I don't know.
Yeah,
Weird
man.
game
I mean,
for them for sure.
and it's not like the Chiefs were doing anything crazy defensively. I don't think they only sacked Jared Goff once, so it wasn't like there was a ton of pressure on him. They were getting to Mahomes, and Hutchinson got a strip
Again, he
sack
just gets
on
the
him that
fumble.
Mahomes fell on, of course,
It's
and
like a magnet.
Collinsworth, decided
Is he like
it
Tony
really
Stark,
is.
but he
It's like
installed a he just
Every
installs
every
like a
time.
freaking ball
single
magnet?
other quarterback.
Mhm.
Every single other quarterback, that ball is on the ground, and Detroit is picking it up and running it the other way for 6. But for some reason, against the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, with Chris Collinsworth announcing the game, by the way, glazing Mahomes for running for 3 yards or
Everything.
something, just
Mhm.
everything. It's like, yeah, dude, it just doesn't really.
He
I don't get it, man. I
glazed
don't get it.
Nick Bolton as well on a play. Like I think it was a third down.
Oh, what you said in our group chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was like he was thinking Gibbs was gonna run further out, but he didn't. He kind of ran more towards the sideline instead of up the sideline. And he goes, "What a play by Nick Bolton to get him to quickly throw that out." I'm like, buddy, Gibbs was wide open. He was gonna take off if he got the ball. What are you talking about? I don't understand. I don't
Crazy.
understand. They're not
Yeah.
that great.
He's a Glazer, man. He's a Chiefs guy.
I know
for
mid
sure.
when I see it. And that
We
is-
thought he was just a
Yeah.
Mahomes guy. Now he feels he's more like a Chiefs guy.
Well, with Taylor Swift in the building, which I'm surprised they didn't show her until the fourth quarter, and she wasn't even watching the
Caitlin
game.
Clark, bro.
Yeah,
Caitlin Clark was there.
I knew there was something off about her. I knew there was something I didn't like about Caitlin Clark. She's a Chiefs fan.
The Lions also, dude, they went a long time without scoring points in this one. So they score, Jameson Williams scores the touchdown in the second quarter. There's 13 minutes left at that point, and then they don't score again until the start of the fourth quarter. So it was like a long time they went between scoring. So like I don't want to just sit here and act like the the no penalties and like the all that stuff was the only reason the Chiefs won. They kind of handed Detroit like they handled them pretty well, man. Like um, I don't
Oh,
know.
they did. They did.
And for what it's worth, they did win the time of possession battle. So
Detroit scored quickly when they scored. I feel like compared to the Chiefs always having to
other than yeah,
drive it
other than that,
downfield.
other than that first drive that took like 9.5
Yeah.
minutes,
hmm
Detroit was moving a lot faster, and then they would just stall for some reason. Either going for it on fourth down, not taking points when they should, touchdowns getting wiped off the board. So
hmm
yeah, man, I hate the Chiefs, but here we are. Here we are. Um, okay, which one of our games would you like to talk about first, guys? Because like
Well, your game was on
I'm just
first.
Your game was
Get
first,
get the
so
misery out of the way, like I do.
yeah.
so the Broncos go to London. They're 4-2 now. Let's start with a positive. They're 4-2. They could easily be
5-1.
6-0. They could either easily be 6-0 with two last second, field goal losses
hmm
to the Chargers and to the Colts, which the Colts one was complete bull crap. Charger one, whatever. We lost the Charger game. Um, so we could be 5-1. We could be 6-0 if we play a little better in the Charger game. And oh my goodness, man. Bo Nix in the first half was cooking, and then Sean Payton only let him throw the ball like 3 times in the third quarter, and the offense got like out of a rhythm, and like it was just like really weird. And Justin Fields threw for a total of 45 yards. He was absolutely terrible.
Damn, bro.
So yeah, man, I would like to give a shout out to Sean Payton and his terrible play calling. I'd like to give a shout out to our defense for, um, being the only ones who
Doing
apparently made
enough.
the plane. I mean, they're the only ones that made the plane ride over to London apparently. So shout out to Talanoa Ufunga. Shout out to Brandon Jones. Shout out to Nick Benito, the Defensive Player of the Year. Shout out to Jonathan Cooper, who had 2 sacks. Shout out to Justin Stranad, who had a sack and a half. Zach Allen had a sack. John Franklin Myers had a sack. We sacked.
Damn, you guys were getting in the backfield.
I think we sacked Justin Fields 9 times today.
Wow.
So, um, yeah, man, the Jets weren't good at all. They threw for a total of net yards of -10 passing yards. So the defense is amazing, and that gives me a little bit of hope. But then I go and click and look at the Broncos schedule, and lo and behold, next week they host. It's in Denver. They host the New York Giants and everyone's favorite dynamic duo with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo. So
Oh
it's going to
boy.
be it is going to be an interesting test to see if the pass rush can, um, you know, wipe away some of the aura that they have. I guess just to see what Jackson Dart and Scatabo look like against this really good defense. I truly believe that right now the Broncos have the best defense in the NFL. And
They're right there. The Seahawks are
I,
right there. I
I
would
yeah,
say, yeah.
yeah. So I believe the Broncos have the best defense put in the NFL. They have last year's Defensive Player of the Year, and I think as of now, you can make a real good case that Nick Benito should be the Defensive Player of the Year. He leads the NFL in sacks. He's just really freaking good, man. Jonathan Cooper's awesome too on the other side. The Broncos have a really good edge rush duo. Um, but even after the Giants game, we have Dallas. Dallas is going to put up a fight. They always do. I know they lost to Carolina today, but they're going
Is
to be
that
in
in
desperation
Dallas or
mode.
in Denver?
It is in Denver. We have back-to-back home games, which is nice, right? Um,
That's big.
and then after that, we go to Houston, and that's as far as I'll go on the schedule, just because I don't want to go through like the whole Broncos schedule. But going to Houston is also scary because we've seen what the Broncos offense does at times. Like they have yet to put up 30 points this season, guys.
Wow,
They
it's crazy.
they
That's
have
believe.
they're like a junior varsity version of the Eagles where they just go into these spurts and cannot do anything offensively. And half the time it's Bo Nix, half the times it's Sean Payton and his play calling. Um, I don't know what the answer is. And it seems like most of the time, the only success we have offensively is when we are running the football with J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. So, look, man, I'm not like all I. How do I put this? The Broncos are not a Super Bowl contender. They're just not. They are not going to be competing for a championship this year. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. I don't know. They could. They very well could. But it's record wise in the AFC, you know, you got teams chasing you right now. The Patriots are good. The Ravens are going to have to fight for playoff position once Lamar gets back after their bye week, so they're going to be in win now mode every single week. Um, the
They're not
Chargers.
going to have much of a chance.
I mean, we'll see. I
Maybe.
like we're not going to like. I don't want to just forget about
They
Lamar
said it's
Jackson.
week 8, I think, is when he comes back. So
They have a bye.
He'll
this
come back
next week.
after the bye, even if
Their
he's
bye
not.
is next week.
They have a bye next week, so week 8. He'll be
yeah,
back and they'll be 1-5, and it's going to be like a win every single game for them. Like they're going to have to do
It's
that,
going to be
right?
like the Bengals last year, where they had to win pretty much every game.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, exactly. The Steelers are going to win that division, but then you have other teams you're competing with. So I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm out on the Broncos. Like I just don't think that they're a Super Bowl contender this year, unless I see significant progress from the offense in Bo Nix and Sean Payton. But I just don't expect to see it because the same thing continues to happen. And look, a win is a win, so I'm gonna take it. But I'll take a look at the odds right now. One of you guys want a good upset alert pick. I'm not gonna pick against Denver, but the Giants are underdogs in Denver, plus 6.5 right now. Like that's a pretty big upset potentially, and I think 6.5 is too big of a line. So, yeah, man. Pathetic effort offensively. The defense is elite. Justin Fields is very bad, and it sucks to see.
He's had some good games, though. That's what's funny. So,
Yeah.
Again, it's the league.
I mean, they lose. He's had good games and a losing effort, but
They're 0-6, and also it's getting really
Yeah.
hard to defend Aaron Glenn as a first-year
Yeah,
head coach.
no.
There's a real good chance that he could be a one-and-done coach and be back in Detroit next year as the defense coordinator. I'm not even kidding. They're very bad, and you're supposed to be a defensive head coach, and your defense outside of today has not been good at all. So, yeah, I mean, one of you guys can go. I don't know.
All right.
You want to
It's
go
just
with
not-
me?
You can go.
Okay. We talked a little bit about the Ravens already. I don't know. It was weird to see Houston absolutely destroy them and then us struggle like the first half. Because they had a lot of guys out still. Obviously, they didn't have Lamar.
They don't got
Everyone was
anymore.
saying that Tyler Huntley was going to start, and then Cooper Rush ended up starting. So
Yeah, I saw
don't-
Snoop
that
was
was
in
weird.
there later in the game, though.
Yeah, he was. Is that his name now? Like, did he change it?
No,
Or
that's just what
his
everyone calls him
nickname?
Snoop.
Okay.
They call him Snoop Huntley. So I mean,
Snoop Hunt.
Gotcha.
When you said Snoop, I just imagined Snoop
Interesting.
Dogg in a Ravens jersey, like suiting up, and I'm like, oh man.
That's crazy. We got to go into the second half. I hope Puka's okay. That was really worrisome to see.
reports are he's going to miss next week in London against Jacksonville.
That's
So-
tough because that's Jacksonville in London, so that's
Yeah.
not great.
Man, that's London's team too.
Yeah, that's tough. That's gonna be a good game still, I think, hopefully. But without him, it makes it a lot tougher. Devontae's probably gonna have a crazy game, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. They're good passing wise. Their pass defense is pretty good. Mac threw a terrible pass also today, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I thought we would beat them a lot more, but 17-3, I'll take it. It's fine. It was a
Early
weird
slate on
game,
the
like
East
you
Coast.
said in the group chat. We all won dirty games today. Like we all won. It didn't look good, for any of us at times.
Well, at least you won by double
But
digits. Like Ryan and I had
yeah,
struggle wins.
you guys had to grind it out. I know that's
both
true.
both
Yeah.
Ryan and I had struggle wins.
I'm not playing the woe is me card. Like we won easily because it was the Ravens and they're just horrible right now.
What a weird sentence to say in 2025. We won easily.
Pretty
It was the
crazy.
Ravens. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, because they're horrible right now. Like
Yeah, I just think
right
that
now though, like we
once-
didn't expect this.
once Puka gets hurt, like that kind of changes the entire dynamic of
It
the
does.
Rams, and it does show how valuable
You're
this
about to see
is.
2-2 running
Yeah.
streaks a lot more probably.
Look, I don't know if this is like obvious or not, but Puka's a top 5 receiver in the NFL at this point. I don't think there's any denying it. There's kind of an open spot there now that Tyreek Hill's career is probably over, right? Tyreek Hill was kind of considered in that top 5 group, but I mean, outside of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, I'm not sure there's another receiver you would want, and it's going to be a huge loss for them. I'll tell you right now. Next week in London, as of now, the Rams are favored. They're 3.5-point favorites, so potential upset alert picks for one of us if one of us wants to take Jacksonville next week.
Do I
but,
go against my team?
Well,
I mean,
I
I
don't
went
know if
against
you do.
mine and it worked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, man,
You
I
picked
don't know.
Miami?
No, I picked the Commanders last week.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was
that
thinking
did
about this week, but I was feeling good about that Titans Raiders pick, and yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, that didn't happen. We don't have to talk about that game. That
No,
game
we
was
don't.
terrible.
I saw it was
I almost
20.
picked that one too, bro.
I saw it was 20-3, and I went, well, shit.
They are bad. Oh man.
So last week was just a fluke, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you can talk now. Go ahead.
I mean, hold on real quick. I do want to focus on the Rams schedule just
Yeah.
quickly,
Okay.
kind of the next what you're looking at. So you do go to
Nah.
London, you have to play Jacksonville. But then in potential Puka's return game, if he does not play in London, you host the Saints. So that should be a
get
win.
right, get right.
right?
All right. Yeah. Get right
Get
game
right
for
game
sure.
against the Saints. Although the Saints, shout out to them. They play hard.
They play gritty, man.
I saw
They
someone
play
say,
tough.
if Spencer Rattler was chosen in the first round this year, people would be thinking he is a future franchise quarterback.
Facts. Mhm.
Like he's been playing pretty good this year.
Yes. Yeah, he's giving
and-
Bryce Young from last year.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then November 9th is the big game that I would like that we need to kind of focus on because that is against the San Francisco 49ers
Ooh.
for potentially the division. But then you have Seattle the week after. So like,
Wait,
maybe
is that in San
maybe
Fran, bro?
that's-
Should I try and go to that? Oh man.
I was gonna say,
Ooh,
does
that'd
it
be
matter?
good.
Either game is a home game for the Niners, Tyler. Either
I know it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, that'd be a horrible freaking place to go.
I've heard bad things about Levi's, just for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know,
I don't know
bro.
if it's the
Niners fans
sun
are
or-
kind of like Raider fans. It's the NorCal like fans, bro.
I mean, I've also heard just the stadium itself is just not that like the sun beats down on you.
It's
And
got to be
whatnot.
better than the Coliseum,
I've never been to the Coliseum, so I can't relate.
the Oakland Coliseum,
Oh, yeah,
Coliseum.
okay, never mind.
And-
Yeah, I've been to Oakland, but I've seen it.
and the one in LA. Honestly, that one's not amazing either. I had to go and watch the Rams play there the first season they came back. Sorry, we got off topic. But yeah, the Niners. Oh man.
And then Seattle
know-
the week after, by the way. Seattle's looking very
Is
good.
that in
so.
Seattle?
I'm definitely eating my words about the preseason standings and where I thought the Niners were going to be, although they lost today. But still,
They play the MVP of the league.
they played a lot better.
did hold
So
the MVP. Yes, they did.
very true. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Into my game, I guess, since you brought up Tyreek Hill, even though we didn't play in this game. So obviously, I was not super enthusiastic to wake up at 10 o'clock because of how the last 2 weeks went. I just knew that we were a morning game. So I was just on my phone, and I'm getting fantasy notifications. Justin, Ladd, and Keenan are in the red zone. I'm like, okay, we're moving the ball. But I'm not getting any touchdown notifications. So I went, are we settling for field goals? Here we go again. So then I look, and it's 13
Oh yeah,
to
bro.
9.
Cam Dicker had 17 points. Sheesh.
13 to 9 at half, and I went, guys, why are we not scoring in the red zone? But then, the second half, back-to-back red zone trips, we get 2 touchdowns. I'm like, all right, we're up 26 to 13. That's why I said, I'm hoping we can hold this lead. The lead did not hold until the very last goddamn second of the game when Darren Waller, for some reason, is just unfreaking covered in the corner of the end zone. I don't know what happened to Elijah
All he
Molden, but
did
somebody
all day,
ran
that
into
was
him
it.
and he went, who am I guarding? And there's the SoundCloud rapper right there, wide open. And I'm like, that's when I thought, like, we just lost, right? I mean, I know we still had a timeout, but it was like, I trust Dicker. I'm not going to doubt Dicker, but I'm like, Justin's going to, they're going to bring the house every freaking play. Bradley Bozeman, or Bunsman, since he's like literally the worst freaking center in the goddamn league, he's either on his ass or face in the grass rather than having a positive blocking attempt on any snap whatsoever. Like, Hassan Haskins had better blocking attempts, specifically on the Ladd McConkey play.
Don't even say that man's
Bro,
name.
Vidal
Don't
went
get me started.
crazy.
Don't
Vidal
get me
went
started.
crazy too. He
Side note rant. Don't get me started. Side note rant, and then I'll let you continue.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
I wake up early in the morning to watch my Denver Broncos. And, I don't have much invested in that game. I have Mason Taylor starting, the tight end for the Jets, who got me 1 point, by the way, because our defense is so freaking good and Justin Fields sucks. So there's that. But then I'm going full tilt mode because I get a notification. I have the Sleeper app on my phone for fantasy football. Instant notifications whenever anything happens about any
Yeah, it's awesome. I
major
love
player.
it.
It's great. So that, and I get a notification per Mike Garafolo. I think that's his name. Is it Mike Garafolo? I'm looking it up because I want to get
Yeah,
this guy's
I think
name
so.
right.
I think it's
Garofalo.
Garofalo, not Polo.
Mike
F.
Garafolo, whatever your name
Garafolo.
is, dude. First of all, I am blocking this man on everything. I do not want to get a single report from this guy. We are learning in real time of the NFL season who is getting real information and who is getting fake information. I get a notification per Mike Garafolo. Hassan Haskins will be the lead running back for the Chargers today. Me, who picked up Kamani Vidal to start. I only spent $3 worth of fab, but I'm like, you know what? I'll shoot for the stars here. It's either him or Zach Charbonnet. I might as well start an actual starter potentially, right?
True.
Charbonnet only got me 4 points. Okay, I make the changes. Charbonnet, you're back in, man. And then, no, actually, it wasn't Charbonnet. Ryan, what's his name? The receiver from the Cowboys that went crazy last week. Ryan Flournoy. I put him into my lineup instead. He gets me 6 points. That's not good enough. And Kamani Vidal is on my bench with 24 points right now, going absolutely insane with 18 carries to Hassan Haskins, 6 carries. Lead back my...
Bro, I would have preferred Vidal, yeah.
Dude, I told you last week. I told you. He's the main pass catcher running back. He's the better pass catching running back.
The main pass catcher. When I get a
He
notification
still went crazy
says,
running too.
When I get a notification that says one guy is the lead running back, I expect him to get the bulk of the work.
Yeah.
And then Vidal comes over here and he has a total of 21 plus opportunities. Hassan Haskins has 7 in total.
It's crazy.
He like tripled him. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, fine. You know what?
You know,
Fine.
Never
blame-
listening to this guy.
Blame Greg Roman. You will understand.
No,
you
no,
understand now.
I am blaming Jim Harbaugh
Mike
Okay.
Garofalo.
for sending out incorrect information. And I'm sending
Gamesmanship, buddy.
Gamesmanship. No, do you think that the Dolphins are on sleeper right now, worrying about their fantasy football teams, and they're like, "Ooh, our game plan's really going to be affected by the Chargers' 3rd and 4th string running back"?
Well,
No,
quite a
they're not.
factor.
Like they're worried about stopping Justin Herbert, and I'm just okay. I will be starting Kamani Vidal next week. I will be. I will be doing it.
It's gonna be tough against the Colts.
will-
That's all I will tell you. It's gonna be tough.
He will be my flex. No. If Arizona scores 27 on him, and Bam Knight and Michael Carter both get combined, and let me see this 68.
And I got a
they-
score. Michael Carter didn't do a whole lot, but
Whatever.
It was
I don't
last
care.
week, I think, or
The
whatever.
Chargers are better than the Cardinals. You better put up more than 27 points. And Vidal, if I put him in, and then Harbaugh is like, "Oh, Vidal's going to be the lead back," and then Hassan Haskins rushes for 150 yards, the podcast is canceled. I'm crashing out. Go ahead and talk about
bro,
the Chargers, putting up 29 points and winning the game where Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey were excellent.
After just a slow start
And
to
Tua
the
threw
season,
3 picks, by the way.
I was gonna get
Yeah.
to that. After
Horrible.
starting the season kind of under the radar, you could say, for Ladd, hadn't had the start he wanted. Came up big today, got a touchdown, and then the pretty much game-winning. I'll just go to the last drive. I'm watching it. Obviously, I didn't see the last play till I went to social media and saw it because the stream I was on buffered as he threw to Ladd. But good on Justin to get the ball out on the first down play before he goes down, throws it to the receiver at his feet. So
that was huge.
at first I thought it was gonna be intentional grounding, and I'm like, oh yes, of course. And I freaking, but no, there was a receiver in the air. So I'm like, okay, it's not intentional grounding. The next play, we see Jalen Phillips pretty much bear hug the man, and Justin literally says, "Get off me. Only Madison can take me to the ground."
Oh my gosh.
But what I thought was cool was he transitions the ball from his right to his left hand to avoid the strip sack. Because if it's in his right hand, Phillips gets his arm around and he smacks that ball out. And, probably game over right there. But no, he switches it, gets him off, and he just sees Ladd and just floats it over to him. And then Ladd makes the guy miss. Hassan Haskins, funny enough, sacrifices himself, jumps in front of a guy, and just ragdolls in front of him to get Ladd to like the 20. And from there, we kick the field goal. But I'm gonna give a shout out because there was a lot of footage I saw. Our punters usually the holders. J.K. Scott caught a bad snap. Like he caught it and was able to get it out in time for Dicker to kick it. So shout out to J.K. Scott for getting that down, because if he takes his sweet time with that, they block it and we lose. So, and yes, shout out to Tua. 3 INTs. Benjamin St. Juice gets 1. Tony Jefferson, and then Derwin to finish the game off. And then, of course, you have Tua in the post game going like, we got guys not showing up to players-only meetings late, and that it starts with leadership, man. And I'm like, wow, I wonder why they're not showing up to meetings on time, Tua.
Dude, the Tua presser is terrible.
Dude, I heard that. Yeah, that was rough. They're not showing up to meetings. They aren't showing up on time. They don't even no one gives a fuck.
They know the season's done.
There's times that I really appreciate Tua's honesty with the media. There are times I really do.
He's just driving a wedge between them, though. Yeah.
Sometimes I really wish he would lie to us a little bit more. It started in the beginning of the season with the Tyreek Hill thing where he's like, yeah, we're still working out our relationship. Nah, dude, that's not what you say to the press.
No, bro, because
We're all
everyone's gonna be
good.
like,
We
"What the
squashed the
fuck?"
beef. Even if we're all good, even if behind the
You're
scenes
not.
you're not. You like
Save face. Yeah, you
the New
gotta.
England Patriots whole thing for 20 years with Brady and Bill were we don't create outside distractions. We don't talk to the media. We don't give anybody anything that they can use. And Tua's honesty in that presser saying it starts with leadership. Buddy, you're the quarterback.
You're the
Yeah.
captain,
What do you
It's
and
mean?
you're getting
it's
paid a
on
ton of
you.
money.
It's on you and the coach. You guys gotta like you're
Who
a
should get
package.
fired at this point?
You're,
Probably.
you're also you're a package deal also. Like Mike McDaniel's, fair or not, his success is tied to the quarterback that got paid while you were the head coach. You're a package deal. So it's on you and Mike McDaniel, but it's also on you. You're the quarterback. Do you think they're being like? Do you think that people are late when on Matthew Stafford's team?
Hell
Do you
Hell
no.
think
no.
they're late? Do you think and Sean McVay? Do you think
Sean
they're late
McVay would
just Herbert
never.
and in Jim Harbaugh meetings?
No.
Oh no, if they were, they'd be
Do
off
you
the
think
team.
that they are late? Like, do you think they're late to Sean Payton and Bo Nix? I don't even throw Bo Nix out of it. Do you think Sean Payton is tolerating
Hell
any of
no,
that?
bro.
No.
Hell
Is
no.
Andy Reid tolerating that? No.
No.
He
No.
still barks at Travis Kelsey, who's the
After all this time.
biggest superstar in the world. Like, it's just mind blowing to me that I hated that presser today, and I'll say it again. Someone's going to get a really good offensive coordinator next season when Mike McDaniel's fired. I hope it's my team
Um,
because Sean Payton sucks. So Yeah.
while I was giving shout outs, I forgot. We didn't really talk about it. The trade that my team did. Because
That
it
was
happened in
interesting.
the middle of the week. We
Yeah.
traded for former first round pick Odafe Owe, and he got his first sack of the season on I think the first drive for the Dolphins. So
Nice.
shout out Odafe Owe. Him and Tuli are going to be good, and when Mac comes back, that is going to be an annoying tandem or trio that you're going to have to face if you're a pass catcher or just a passer in general. But what did concern me when I watched the Dolphins' final drive, they said a stat, I believe, the play-by-play guy did. He said the first 7 or 8 possessions for the Dolphins, they had 7 first downs, and then on their last 2 they had 9. And I'm not gonna lie, the way Achane
Wow.
was running, I'm not confident in our ability to stop the run, which makes me very, very nervous for next week because we have
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor staring
boy.
us
you're gonna have
down.
to,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to win that game in a shootout.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
It's pretty much how
I'm
most
glad
people have to
Vidal
win
pretty
against
much
them.
matched what Achane did. We both had 100-yard rushing running backs that game.
yeah.
But what also I didn't like was the middle of the field was just wide open. I'm not liking the zone that Minter's playing. Some of these guys, they're wide open in the middle of the field and we're missing tackles, and I'm like, guys, we need stops this late in the game. And granted, I give my team credit for the third quarter they had, because usually third quarters are our worst goddamn nightmare. That third quarter pretty much won them the game because they outscored the Dolphins 14-0 in that quarter.
Yep.
And then they only scored 6 in the fourth. So, I mean, I just need, obviously, 3 red zone trips. Obviously, you're not going to win most games if you're going to go 2 for 7 in the red zone. Granted, the last trip was to win the game, and it was a field goal, so okay. So 2 for
Yeah.
6.
Right.
Against good teams, that's not going to win you games. That's not.
No.
You're lucky it's the Dolphins. The Colts next week, you have to get in the end zone more. I know you have injuries.
Like
but-
Ryan said, there's no doubt it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, you have the receivers.
That's how you have to beat the Colts.
Yeah, I know we didn't have QJ this week. He was out with a hamstring. I think he'll be back next week against the Colts. But yeah, you have the receivers to do it. I know you really don't have the pedigree and the confidence in your running backs to churn up yards and break tackles and get downfield and whatnot. But like,
I mean, you should after that performance from Vidal. So.
yeah, but I mean, the Colts are going to be looking for revenge because this is going to be their second trip to SoFi. They don't want to leave that stadium twice with 2 L's.
It's true. Damn.
So, yeah, and then after that, what sucks is following that Colts game Sunday, we have a Thursday night against the Vikings. Thankfully, it's at home, so we don't have to travel, but...
Yeah, who's it going to be also for Minnesota? Is it going to be J.J. McCarthy? Is he going to be back yet, or is it going to be Carson Wentz? I don't really know if it matters because they're both, like, not good. So,
yeah. But here's the thing, is, like, if it's JJ, if Jim shows a hesitation of mercy against his former guy, I'm not going to be happy.
Jim's going to pull on defensive plays. It doesn't matter. Come on. Like,
All right, Jesse, same thing. He was in Michigan with JJ too.
yeah, and they should know what he struggles with. Then, and that's come on. Like, let's be real.
Obviously I'm not looking ahead to the Vikings game yet. I know it's on a short week, which does scare me, but hey, it's back-to-back home games. We're going to be at home for like the next week and a half. But yeah, I'm scared of Jonathan Taylor. That's who I am scared of. I know Daniel Jones has been playing better, but you got to force Daniel Jones to make turnovers, and I am hoping Khalil Mack has a shot at coming back this game. If not, I think it's the Vikings game. So
Hopefully. Yeah.
Struggle, win! I gotta love him. We're
Classic Chargers without the chargering.
What's funny is
They pulled it off.
we're undefeated in the AFC after 6 weeks. Knock on wood.
Oh.
So we're
That's
4-0
interesting considering
in the AFC, and we're 0-2 against the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing with the Chargers is getting that red zone offense right. They're just not good. They haven't been good all season, and they have been relying a lot of Quentin Johnston deep balls to, kind of make up for the scoring. And when you don't have him, that's not Ladd McConkey's game. That's not Keenan Allen's game. You would think at some point maybe the home run hitting ability would be Omarion Hampton's game, but like he's not here right now, and you have Kamani Vidal. So
I would expect Trey Harris to also maybe be.
I was gonna say Trey Harris would be
because he's making guys miss.
Yeah.
He's making them miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he got catches early, and I was like, "Oh, is Trey Harris gonna step up?"
I mean, it's kind of hard when all the receivers outside of QJ are healthy.
Yeah,
but
we all knew it was gonna be Ladd that would take over once QJ was out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well. The only other game for the NFL I really, really want to talk about, guys, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Before that,
Shocker.
Eagles Giants happened so long ago. I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles. Like, it's just,
it was bound to happen.
It's either the quarterback isn't as good as we all thought, shocker, who could have seen that coming, or they needed offensive coordinator change, Seattle Jaguars, JSN, like I said with Puka, JSN is right up there right now, man. He's unbelievable. Colts are 5-1. They beat the Cardinals. Cool. My upset alert.
It was a close game.
Yeah, it was. Jacoby Brissett also. He looked better than.
He was playing better than Kyler.
Kyler Murray has all season. So shout out to him.
Without Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison was hurt early. Carolina upset the Cowboys, as correctly predicted by me.
Bro, Rico Dowdle.
Revenge
crap.
game. Revenge game.
Yeah, but his first game and this game put together is crazy.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do when Chuba Hubbard comes back, because Chuba's also been very good for them.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done what Rico's been doing, man.
I just traded him away to get Scattaboo.
So, Rico?
Yeah. No, Chuba.
Oh, okay. I was like,
good.
Oh, no.
That's a good move. Drake May looks like a franchise quarterback. When you're doing your quarterback top 10 list, it's going to be very hard and difficult to leave Drake May out. He has been elite this
Bro, he's
season.
been crazy.
And at some point, I'll give my mid-season quarterback rankings, and I don't know where I'm going to have them, man. It's going to be interesting. Um, Steelers, handled the Browns pretty easy. That's an L for Tyler. Raiders,
That was a
kind of
dumb pick.
Raiders handled the Titans. That's an L for Jared. Um, Look, man, we have to pick upset alerts early in the week because that's the only time we can. So it's just kind of like, we got to go with what we got. So this week, I think there's a lot of good potential upsets. Last week, there wasn't. And I was the only one that got a win, but we'll see what happens. And then Packers beat the Bengals. Obviously, we knew that was happening. Let's talk about the MVP of the league, Baker. MF and Mayfield, 17 for 23, 256, and 2 touchdowns, and 1 angry run of the week, man.
Bro,
He has one of those runs like once a week, and it's
literally
just like
every game,
it's just at the best time. And this
absolute
was a
dog.
game. If you have any question about Baker Mayfield as a player, this was a game where there was no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka left the game very early with a hamstring injury. That is brutal for them. And I think at some point,
They
if
also
I look,
couldn't get on the same page in the first half either.
you know,
He
and
dropped
I
one,
look at
Baker missed one.
the schedule. Next week they go to Detroit. Detroit lost tonight. If everybody
Yikes.
is like this receiving core issue for the Bucks is going to catch up with them, and I think it could potentially catch up to them next week when they go to
Maybe,
Detroit. So
maybe we saw some random dude named Cameron Johnson score. Tez Johnson got a bomb,
Yeah,
and
we
he
know
loves throwing to Sterling Shepard too.
Yes, Sterling's a good player. Tez
Yeah,
Johnson,
they have chemistry.
yeah. So no Bucky Irving either. They're hoping he can come back next week. But Rashad White has been pretty good for them, as well as Sean Tucker. It's just a bunch of nobodies, man. And Baker Mayfield's making it work. Mac Jones kind of went back down to Patriots year 2. Mac Jones threw 2 interceptions. Was still, if you don't look at the turnovers, his percentage and his yardage was
His
good.
yards,
But,
he
like,
throws for a ton of yards every start.
yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see what the Niners do next week. They have, let me check this out. They have Atlanta at home. So do you rest Purdy another week with a team that you probably should beat? Well, I don't think Atlanta's that good. So Kendrick Bourne was incredible again today too, 142 yards.
Their chemistry is elite, bro, from New England. Sheesh.
Yeah. Once they get everybody back, man, I think the Niners are going to be really good. But they lost Fred Warner today for the year, right?
Yeah.
So
2 of their
that's
best
a
defenders.
huge loss.
It's a big loss.
That's their best player defensively. Huge loss. And Robert Saleh can only scheme it up so much. You need actual football players. And, I mean, unfortunately, you ran into an absolute dog with Baker Mayfield. So, shout out. I don't think there's any question he's the MVP. I did my MVP ladder, was it last week, boys? And I had Baker at number 1. I realized after the fact I did leave someone off of my MVP ladder, and I was absolutely devastated I did it. Daniel Jones was not on my MVP ladder, and he absolutely should have
Oh,
been.
he should be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I realized it after the fact. Daniel Jones is probably top 3 on in the MVP, ladder. So I don't know where I would put him,
It's
but I
wild
don't.
to say.
But like, what would I do and everything, So
That
it
is
is
so
wild.
wild to say, bro.
But I am the mayor of fair, so
No, yeah, I mean, he's
I gotta
absolutely killed it for sure.
gotta keep it real. I should have had Daniel Jones on there. So yeah, Baker's him. Excited to watch Bills Falcons tomorrow and Bears Commanders, the Hail Mary game coming up. So gonna be pretty interesting, boys. If you got anything else to add about the games this week, do it. Otherwise, I think it's upset alert time.
Well, all I will say is that, Baker, please stop. I'm running out of images to use for our thumbnails. Like, I can't keep using you as the forefront of our episodic thumbnails for each week, man. I can't. You gotta come
Bro,
up.
you gotta
Yeah,
do his
maybe-
face. The face
might
he
have to
makes when he
go-
gets up after the run, bro.
I'll,
You
go,
gotta
I'll
I don't
go
know
look
if
for it.
we would even.
You have to
I don't
find
even
I
it.
know
just gotta
if
get the
you
red
try-
eyes on.
maybe,
The red glowing eyes.
Yeah. I don't even know. Like, other than Baker, like, what would you even do this week, man? Like, you can do.
Mariners.
You could do Rico Dowdle.
I was gonna say you could do like a Rico Dowdle. You know,
Mhm.
you could do a big dumper, because
Oh yeah.
he broke the
Mhm.
game or tied the game tonight. You know, hit a home run. So I don't know. Shout out the Mariners. Let's do upset alert,
Yeah,
then
go
we'll talk
M's.
about the M's. Yeah. So boys, pull up that list.
Oh,
As
boy.
always, I have quite a few of juicy picks. Obviously, do
Oh,
not pick
no.
the. Don't look at the Bills Falcons. Don't look at the
I just
Bears.
realized I was like, wait, those are the Monday night games.
It starts with Steelers Bengals and goes down. Some of the games aren't available yet because those games happen. But look, I have some heaters that I can go with. Um, oh, they've posted Raiders Chiefs now. Of course, the Chiefs are 11.5-point favorites. Let's see here.
I don't even see that game. Where is it?
Maybe it hasn't updated for you yet. I don't know. I left the link and then I clicked it again, so
Oh,
make sure it was updated.
Let me see if
I
got
have
refreshed.
my upset alert pick.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
It is.
Go for it.
I am going to pick. I'm gonna pick Dallas upsetting Washington.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
It's in Dallas.
I was looking
and the
at
fact
that.
they're not
That was one of
favored.
mine for sure. Yeah. I like that.
What is that? 2.5-point favorites. Okay. As of now, they are 2.5-point favorites. If Washington does lose to Chicago, that line may move, but we'll give it to you because we're doing it Monday
Damn.
night.
If it
Monday
Jared,
morning.
y'all are favored.
I don't like that. I don't like that. We're
That's
favored against the
crazy,
Colts.
bro. What?
It's not by
I'm
a lot.
taking that. That's crazy. Hold on, bro.
Wait, are
What?
you taking the Colts?
I mean, shoot. 1.5 is crazy. Oh man.
You know, Albert, if
I
the
mean, that's a-
line, if the
that's a
line
pick.
for
That's a-
if the line for Washington Dallas moves, should I like have like a backup or no? Like a backup.
If you want to have a backup, you can, but let me and him pick,
Okay.
just in case your backup is taken by one of us.
Okay, go ahead.
Once Tyler gets his, I will.
Is Ryan gonna pick the Bucks over the Lions?
You damn right he is. I'm kidding. I don't know if he
No,
is.
I'm actually not. I
He's
think
not.
Detroit wins that. I think Detroit wins next week. Actually, I think.
We
I
all
think Tampa
thought
Bay's going to
that
take an L there.
we all thought that this Sunday tonight. We thought they were gonna
Yeah,
win.
it's true. We thought that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true. Maybe the Lions just aren't, as good as
Play
the
the
Bucks. But I'm
Giants
not
again,
taking.
Kansas City. See what happens. I want you to go through what I went through.
Damn, the Dolphins and the Browns too. Ooh,
Dolphins are underdogs going into Cleveland. Maybe the weather's
which
going
is
to be
crazy.
cold.
Oh yeah, it's October. It's October.
Look, man, I think the Giants plus 6.5 to the Broncos. I mean, that's very tempting for me personally.
Yeah.
I think Arizona could beat Green Bay.
Wait a sec, bro. What the hell? Why are the Jets favored?
The Jets are favored over Carolina.
What?
I forgot about that one.
That's a good one.
But it's also 1.5.
Bruh, yeah,
It's also 1.5.
That's. Yeah, but I feel way better about that than the Colts Chargers in a shootout.
Take it.
I think
man.
I'm going Carolina. Yeah.
Hey, man, if it worked for one of us, it should work for another one of
Yeah.
us, right? It should work for
Maybe.
the other. So Carolina's plus 1.5. That's over the Jets in New York. So like that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm looking at a couple options, boys. Just want to put those out because, just in case. Potential Saints over the Bears. I like
Yeah, I looked
that.
at that
Saints
also.
playing good football. But I am interested to see what the Bears look like coming out of their bye. Could they get the pre-snap penalty stuff under control? And all that. Let's see here. Potential trap game: Titans over Patriots, but the Titans have looked so bad.
So bad.
I'm not gonna do that. Miami, I think they're just a better team than Cleveland, so like that's also tempting. But I'm not gonna go there. Giants over the Broncos. Do I want to be petty and take them? I'm still considering it to this moment.
You don't want to go against your team, though.
Once again,
You're right.
I went against my team and it worked.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Ryan,
So here's my
doesn't do
loop.
that, I feel
Well,
like.
I'm not going to go against my team. I'm going to go against one of yours.
You
Give me
gotta
the
do our
picking the
game.
Jaguars.
Give me the Jaguars.
He's picking the Jaguars.
Wow. At London. Of course.
I heard that. saw that come from a mile away.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, without Puka, I mean, it could be bad.
No
We'll
Puka.
see.
The
It's a
Tutu
home
Atwell
for the
game.
Jags.
I'm telling you, bro, Devontae and Tutu could be just fine if Stafford can find
You're
them.
not wrong, but guys, I think the Jaguars are just good. I don't.
They
think
are
that they're,
good. No,
like,
their defense is pretty
they
legit,
were very
honestly.
competitive. They were very competitive with Seattle today,
Mm-hmm.
and the defense is good. And with no Puka, that is a big loss for the Rams. So
They have a good
and
pass
it's a
defense,
home
yeah.
game. It's a home game for the Jags. So upset alerts for the week. We have the Jags over the Rams in London. That is mine. Dallas over Washington for Jared, and then Carolina beating the Jets. That is Tyler's. Okay, Jared, did you have your potential backup or no?
I guess I should have a backup
Yeah.
too at 1.5. Jeez.
My
Or
boy-
is this something we could?
my
This is
boy
something
and
we could
I
figure
are gonna
out.
Make this pick together, Clyde. What we thinking, buddy? All right.
I mean, this is
I'm
also
dead.
something we could pick. Like,
And then you see Salem in the background.
All right, buddy. All right.
That's so funny.
He has made his choice. Our backup pick is going to be the frat boy going into Denver and upsetting the Broncos.
all right.
Anakin Skywalker wannabe looking ass.
Dang, who? But no, for real, huh?
Yeah.
Who would my backup be?
It's also something we don't have to figure out right now. We can figure it out later in the week once the lines are set. But if you got one, Tyler, let it rip. I mean,
Do I dare do the Bucks line? Nah, I can't. No, the Texans are not beating the Seahawks.
I mean,
don't
I
know.
think Bucks
I don't-
Lions might be my backup, but yeah,
I
I don't need a backup with my line. No, the Jaguars are going to just be favored the whole time. I don't need a backup. Or the Rams are going to be favored the entire time. I don't need a backup.
I hope it stays because I don't really know what my backup would be. I'm looking. I guess maybe the Titans. No, not the Titans. What am I saying? The Saints.
That was a bad
mistake.
mistake by me. Don't pick the Titans. Don't do it.
The Saints. No, yeah, they're horrible.
Dude, Dolphins.
Saints over
Bears.
Dolphins.
I think that would be the only other one, possibly.
All right. You could go Bucks Lions, Ben. Bucks over Lions, you know.
I also don't see who are the Dolphins? Or are they on a bye?
No, they're
The
playing
Dolphins
the Browns.
are underdogs to the Browns.
Dolphins to the Browns? Oh shoot. Oh. Dang. At Cleveland? No one plays well at Cleveland.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If it changes, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't like a lot of them.
Yep.
Tyler goes, there will be no upsets. There will be
Again.
none.
Bro, I didn't realize he said that like in the wild card round or something.
Yeah, he did. It was crazy.
Crazy.
I was like, no way. All right. Well, with that, our upset alert pick's done. It's now time to talk about the divisional series round in Major League Baseball. Now, obviously, going in, we're going to start with Phillies Dodgers because of course we are. Now, I'm not going to lie, Ryan, you were on when I made the pick. I said Phillies in 5 because I just felt after the second half, the Dodgers just did not have either just the consistency, the drive to go win it all this year. Maybe they didn't have the team healthy and playing together enough to form, that team bond to go win it like they did last year. Okay.
We were bad in the second half.
We
but
were,
it
like-
doesn't matter in October, I guess.
Yeah, my buddy at work said, what if they just go on a Florida Panthers run? And right now,
Yeah.
it looks like they're going on a Florida Panthers run. So, obviously, game 1, I think we talked about game 1 and 2. I think we did.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
we don't need to go over that again.
We really just need to talk about game 4. Like,
Yeah.
the image. I mean, you want to talk thumbnail? Like, there's your thumbnail right there.
Bro, throwing it
I mean,
away.
Thursday was a
Insane.
bad day for Philly sports fans. The
Dude,
Phillies got
horrible.
eliminated. The
Okay.
Giants beat the Eagles, and then the Flyers lost.
The Flyers lost too.
Only thing that was worse, you didn't get was that a notification on ESPN from Shams that said Embiid is going to be out for like the first month of the season or something like that. That would have just been like 4 L's right there.
Kind
So,
of crazy.
yeah.
Dude, you have to use the image of the guy just like
Orion
like
Kirkering.
this, and all the
Just-
Dodgers
okay.
by him. Oh,
I'll get to that.
Great.
So we're gonna start at the beginning. So obviously game 3, that was the one the Phillies won, and I didn't like it, Tyler. Especially it was against Yamamoto too. How Schwarber, Harper, and
Yeah, they got
Turner.
to him. Yeah.
Especially Schwarber, he had a good
A
game.
lot of people were saying they needed to step up, and they did.
Yeah. Schwarber got a plaque, by the way, for that first home run he hit at Dodger Stadium. They gave him there's a plaque at Dodger Stadium now of where that ball hit. It's like,
Bro, because it hit the freaking roof.
I think so. It's
That
wild.
was crazy.
I was just like, once he connected, I'm like, oh, hell.
That was a bomb.
Schwarbomb. Somebody's going to pay him this
Schwarbomb.
offseason if he does not go to Philly.
Hmm.
We'll talk about the
Yeah.
Phillies after we get through
They have a
game 4.
lot of free agents, huh?
Yeah, we'll get there. Shout out Tyler Glasnow. His postseason career before this game was not good. 6 shutout innings, only I think 2 hits and 2 walks, and most of that was just Alec Boehm. For whatever reason, Alec Boehm had the best game out of all the Phillies in game 4 for some reason.
Yeah.
And he might be a non-tender candidate this offseason. Because they were
That's
talking about
crazy.
trading him this past offseason and whatnot. So,
Wow.
anyway. Yeah, obviously, the only run the Phillies scored was because of an error on a double play. Other than that, you can't ask for anything else. Roki, 3 scoreless innings, 1 time through the order. That's what I expect. If he's going to go long, have him go 1 time through the order, and that's it. Don't let him see him again. And then, obviously, the bases loaded walk. What frustrated me is the fact that we couldn't hit their left-handed pitchers very well. And that's all they seemed to throw at us. The only right-hander being Duran.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully,
Who
Mookie took the
freaking
walk.
pitched, 3 innings?
I don't think he...
That was crazy.
In the post,
Or
in that
2?
series total, yeah, he pitched 3 and 2/3, maybe 4. He pitched.
There was that one game where he pitched 2, or
It was game 4.
I think it was.
It was game 4. he
Yeah,
pitched,
yeah, it was game 4. That's what
2.
I thought. Okay.
So yeah, he
Mhm.
walks in the run. Should have been strike 3 on Alex Call, but umpires make mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. We're not at ABS yet. Next year.
Whole lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of the postseason, and wow. It's going to be very different with the ABS, I think.
Yeah. Let's just hope those challenges don't get wasted in the first 2 innings of the game.
Yeah, see, we need to make sure they're not emotional batters, because emotional batters will do it at any time.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. They're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, I need to get a hit this series, man. I can't go 1 for 20. Anyway, We scored the run. I hated the Teo at bat right after because he took ball one, then just decided to go swing mode. You know, like he's playing like Wii Sports Resort, the slicer mode where you have to like cut the. That's just what we were doing against Christopher Sanchez and Yohan Duran.
Yeah.
So
no, Sanchez is nasty, and he locked us down
yeah.
both times, both starts.
Giving a shout out to Vesia because you know he gives up the walk to Harper, and then he gets to second. Bohm flies out. Thankfully, doesn't advance him. With Bader, I was worried because he had a hit off Vesia earlier in game 2. He gets him to swing at a ball that's way outside because usually when you see enough foul balls, you're just going to go, all right, this is going to end in a walk probably. And it would have if Bader didn't swing. So, and then he gets out of that. I'm like, okay. Next thing starts. And, I wasn't shocked they were using Luzardo, but I just knew if this goes to a game 5,
they wouldn't have him.
They probably wouldn't have him to start because he just pitched like 2 innings there. They probably would have had to go Nola again to start since he pitched 2 innings in game 3.
That's exactly how I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, well, if this goes to game 5, we're looking pretty good.
I mean, I think if we went to a game 5, we were gonna lose just because the momentum and whatnot. Just the momentum would have been back on Philly's side. So anyway. Edmund gets the single with like 1 out, and then Muncy coming up. I'm like, God, he's so bad against lefties. First pitch, he gets the hit. I'm like, okay. And I wish in that moment Kim had already stolen second, because that would have been the winning hit. And then of course Kike walks. They take out Luzardo, or I think they took out Luzardo. They brought in Kirkring, and he walked Kike. And then the play that ended the Phillies season.
The man that hasn't done a damn thing all postseason.
The man who's been pressing at the plate this entire damn series. Maybe since the wild card, too. Just hits a little dribbler, and he's running. And this is where I feel bad for Kirkring.
He didn't even look, dude.
Because here's, I'm pretty sure the infield's
yelling
yelling
first.
1-1-1-1, meaning throw to first, and JT Realmuto's even pointing to first, but by the time he picks up the ball, he's only looking at home, and that's where he's going. But it's just, when you bobble that the first time, the panic sets in. If he fields that cleanly, he probably just gets the out at first.
Like that, for sure.
But I'm
extra innings.
That's the play that lost them the game, but he is not the reason they lost and are eliminated. No.
Yeah.
The reason you lost is because your freaking top 3 went like a collective. They went like 1 for 15 in that game or something like that. I don't know. It was just whack. I have the
only game they had good was game 3. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna read off the Phillies batting order in this series, ladies and gentlemen. Through all 4 games, Trey Turner batted .235. Kyle Schwarber batted .188 with all of his hits coming in game 3. Actually, no, he had one against Glasnow. He had the double, but then that was it. Bryce Harper, whopping .200. Alec Boehm was their best hitter, arguably, at .333. Brandon Marsh,
he didn't do anything.
0.77. Realmuto, you could argue, was their best hitter. .353.
He was good.
He's a free agent.
He had some bombs, too.
Max Kepler, 167. Really, his only notable hits were the clutch doubles late, but, they didn't do much. Nick Castellanos, who's also a free agent, 133, but his doubles scored runs. So, you know what, Nick, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. And then Bryson Stott, 154.
That's how a lot of postseason lineups look, honestly. It drops off. There's a certain couple players that get it done, and then it just, except for the Brewers. The Brewers have guys that just seem to always get hits like crazy. So it's going to be really interesting against them.
So I'm just going to, I'll say this, Tyler. I kind of hated that we won in that way.
Yeah,
and
it was weird.
Both our runs that game weren't off base hits, or not, it was just walk and mental error.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if you can argue mental, just physical too, because it was just a wide throw. But even if he made a perfect throw, I don't think he gets Kim because
Bro,
Kim's
he
fast.
airmailed that crap. That was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I hope that does not cost him a job in MLB because he's only like 24. He's not like a veteran. So
Yeah, he's not like Rizzo,
yeah.
where he's just like.
But now this is with the Phillies. This is where you got to ask yourself: is the window now closed? Because in 2022,
That's what I was.
I'd say so.
in
Or
2022,
depends on what they can retain.
you were in the World
So-
Series. You were up 2-1, and then you got no hit, and then lost the next two after that. 2023, you were a game away from going back, and you lost your final two home games to the Diamondbacks. Last year, you finally get the bye after having to go through the wild card both times, and you stink it up against the Mets. And now this year, same thing. Go ahead, Ryan. What you were gonna say?
So I'm just looking at who their free agents are for next season. So you're going to lose Ranger Suarez,
Yeah,
probably.
Damn.
His
That's a
market
big
value
one.
would be around $27 million at the minimum.
he had their best
Um,
performances of
yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only.
No, he's right in his prime too. He's
Yeah.
right in his prime too. He's only 30. Schwarber is going to get paid more than he did on his previous contract. He's
Mhm.
going to get like 29 to 30 million dollars probably. So like, can you retain all these guys? I have no idea. Who else do we got here?
Remuto.
You got Romuto, he's gone. Jose Alvarado, he's gone. Like you're just losing
Kepler,
like guys,
I don't
man.
think they'll bring back.
Wasn't Kepler only on a
1
I was
year.
gonna
Kepler's
say.
a free agent. So is
Yeah.
Bader, but I think they have there's a club option. I think they bring back Bader. I think they bring Bader back.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Because-
they were really sad to not have him.
Yeah,
some of
when
those
he
games.
strained his I think it was his groin, that
He
really
made a difference.
it changed up their defense and their batting order as
Mhm.
well because they had to play, Nick out there and they had to play.
Yep.
I mean, Kepler was okay, but like they also had to play like
Now,
Otto
because
Kemp.
after
They had
Bader,
to play Marsh.
after Bader, you're not losing much. You got Kepler, David Robertson,
He'll be
Jordan
gone.
Romano. Like,
Romano's
not, like,
definitely
big
gone.
losses.
Romano's definitely gone.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you're losing some really key pieces. You could obviously keep your core to get like the main core together, Harper, Turner, whatever. But like I think that this team is it's I don't know if it's rebuild time because like they're going to
No.
be good next year, but like
They need to add a few pieces.
this iteration of the Phillies, they missed their window. So
Yeah.
I think I saw a video that talked about them. They peaked too early, like 2022, because after that it was step back, losing the CS, and then two major steps back. Because
Mhm.
you can argue this was their best chance this year or their last best chance because the Mets collapsed, the Braves weren't good, and I mean the Marlins were taking a step in a direction of being competitive, and the Nats aren't
Mhm.
back yet. And dude, like,
But they both have a lot of young talent for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I know Dombrowski likes to spend their like president or GM, whichever position he is, but like it's also not sustainable. Like with I think the money they have, like also Zach Wheeler. I know he was out, but let's be honest, he wouldn't have made a difference because starting pitching wasn't the issue.
True. It was the offense.
Yeah, like Sanchez and Luzardo and Wheeler and Nola, even though he had a bad year, the rotation will be fine with those four.
Nola pitched well in the playoffs. Yeah.
He only pitched like 2 innings, so I'm not. It's a small sample size.
True.
Anyway, the Phillies. I don't know what it's going to look like next season, but I'm definitely not picking them to win the East next year. I'm not.
I mean, you guys know I've been in on this team for so many years. They've constantly either been my pick to make the World Series. I pick players from their team to win MVP, all that stuff.
Trey Turner. Yeah.
I'm just about out, man. Like I'm like I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for me to like believe in this team, next year. So I'm right there with you, Jared. Like,
Yeah.
For sure.
Like
yeah.
as a baseball fan, you see this collection of talent. You're like, how? Like, I mean, then again, this is just another reason high payroll doesn't immediately lead to success. Mets collapsed. They didn't make it. Yankees weren't as good against some of these better teams in the playoffs. The Phillies, you could maybe attribute the week off. Like, it just hasn't gone well for them.
Happened to us. Yeah.
Yeah, like it happened to us till last year when we
True.
finally broke that curse and went and won. But yeah, like you can say the Phillies went farther as a wild card team. If you want to aim for that, shoot, go ahead. I mean, there is the risk of losing 2 of 3. So, but anyway, yeah, like it is frustrating. I get why Phillies fans would be upset. But hey, yeah, like I'm just about done as Ryan
Regardless,
is.
we got it done.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm surprised it was in 4. If that went back to Philly, I think Philly would have won Game 5, just because the pressure and the momentum.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers' offense just did not show up at home. So,
Yeah, I'm scared against the Brewers. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's
like,
they
fine.
put a lot of hits together. Their offense is legit at times.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Also, we waited so long for this series, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of disappointed.
It sucked. Yeah.
Like,
Mainly because the top
like-
stars didn't do anything. Like, I mean, Shohei
Game
was.
1, it felt like it was gonna be a great series, and then
yeah, it just didn't happen, man. I don't know.
nosedive.
Like Shohei as a pitcher in his one start, phenomenal, great. As the hitter, I've never seen Shohei so bad as a hitter.
Yeah.
I was.
Nah, Sanchez
I mean,
pulled the hell out of him, and
I get-
everyone else he couldn't. He was being very aggressive. I feel like though.
Yeah,
Like,
he was. I mean, he'd swing at the
He was
first 2.
pushing the issue too much.
He was swinging at the first 2, and
He
then
would
the next
pop out a ton.
he'd like swing at the first 2, then like I guess sit like on the next one. It's just like right there for him to hit, and I'm like, dude, your selection is just like you're pressing right now. Like him and Paul has had bad series. Mookie, Teo, Kike were the better hitters in this series. Will had a hit or 2 there. I think there was one guy at John Boy. He's one of their Phillies guys there, and he said like, and you let the worst hitter on the team this series win that for you guys. Watch him probably go off in the CS, and I'm like, it's probably possible. And I looked
at can be like that.
Like I looked at the Brewers pitchers, and yeah, they throw heat, especially their bullpen. They don't have a notable left-hander to throw at Ohtani, except maybe Aaron Ashby, except maybe him. But I'm like, dude, hitting-wise, I think we will be fine, and we definitely are healthier than when we played the Brewers, because when we played them, they were at their peak, and we were at our lowest point. Like, the only starter that they're going to see in this series that they've seen multiple times is Glasnow, and he went like 11 innings and only gave up like 1 earned run in 2 starts. Yamamoto had a bad start against him, but
also like Glasnow just didn't have the best year in general, so like that's a positive.
True.
And he had his best postseason start like ever in Game 4, like 6 shutouts.
Yep.
So
absolutely shoved.
They announced the Game 1 and 2 starters for the Dodgers. Game 1 is going to be Blake Snell, and then Game 2 is going to be Yamamoto. They haven't decided what specific game Ohtani's going to pitch, but they said, I believe it's going to be one of the games at Dodger Stadium. Glasnow to follow, obviously. He'll pitch one of them. If I had to guess which game Ohtani's pitching, it's probably 3. So that way, if you have a 7, you have Ohtani for Game 7.
Yeah.
Which, this could be like 2018, where it's going back and forth. I fully expect this to go to the distance, considering how both teams have played. I just
Ohtani in game.
Yeah.
You need Ohtani in Game 3 in case you are down 2-0 going back to LA.
Which I don't think we'll be down 0-2. I think it'll be 1-1 going back to
1-1. Yeah. Yeah.
But
the Brewers they're good. They are really good.
Yeah. And shifting
it's gonna be interesting.
Like shifting over to the Brewers too, their series with the Cubs. The home team won every game this series. It went 5.
Yeah.
I wish it
Mhm.
went 15 innings like the Mariners Tigers did, so we can see them empty all their pitching out. But like,
Insane game.
Yeah. That was insane. Wow.
what I took away from that series was both teams are pretty good at home, but they're pretty mid on the road. So I think if the Dodgers can get one or maybe two up in Milwaukee, we got it. We got it. Just gotta get.
Did it at Philly.
Did it at Philly. We went into that
Yeah.
environment. Like, why can't we do it here? The only thing I did
Yep.
not like, I said it to Ryan before we started. So you know the W flag the Cubs fly after
Oh, they did the L. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah,
Not great.
not a
Pretty
good look
messed
because
up,
now
yeah.
you have probably all of Chicago rooting for LA just to beat
Yeah.
Milwaukee, and then they'll go against the Dodgers with the winner from
Yeah,
the AL.
I mean that's also like that's a rivalry there, right? And then like also, this was something else I talked about beforehand, right? Like Chicago steals their manager, and then they have a way bigger payroll than Milwaukee, and you kind of get little brothered by Milwaukee, and they beat you in the postseason after you steal their manager and have a huge payroll and everything. And then like the only other thing is like maybe like Justin Steele makes a difference, maybe, but like I don't think so. So
Because
No,
the
he's
issue
not gonna
was
make a
the
whole lot
issue
of
was the
difference.
Cubs' offense on the road. That was the issue.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
not keep up.
Disappeared.
Like I thought Game 5 was going to be an all-timer after it went Contreras homer, next inning Suzuki, and I'm like, all right. And then I think 6th inning
Yeah.
Cubs get 2 on, no one out, and they don't do anything. And I'm like, that is just the Cubs' offense on the road, I guess. So I was disappointed in the Cubs' performance offensively. Pitching, they did all they could.
They did. Yeah.
So you got a lot of questions with the Cubs. Obviously, Kyle Tucker is a free agent, and you know teams are going to be lining up at the door. Specifically, the Yankees. Hell, maybe the Phillies could go get Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah,
Mhm.
dude, they have so many free agents. Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking
Damn,
at it
that
right now.
much, really?
Kyle Tucker, Shota.
Oh, really?
Oh boy.
It might be an opt out. I
Well,
think it might be an opt. I think is it an opt out?
it's weird. It says it's a conditional club option, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what the condition is. It does not list it here. So
Okay.
I would expect them to pick up whatever that option is because it looks like it says the option is 20 million when his market value is around 30 million.
Yeah,
So you're going to
you
bring
don't
him
let
back
him
for
leave.
cheaper?
Yeah.
No. You're going to bring him back for cheaper, and then maybe he'll be free agent next year. But Kyle Tucker is going to demand like 40 plus million on the open market. So um, there's that.
When he
And
didn't even
then
really do anything.
everybody else is like kind of mid-level guys. Like no one super notable. A lot of old guys like Carlos Santana, Justin Turner. You know, like
Oh,
a lot of
JT.
old dudes. Um, Who's this guy? Aaron Saval. Aaron Saval.
Oh, Aaron
How do you say his
Savale.
Savale.
name?
Yeah, they probably picked him up,
Mhm.
probably off waivers or something.
Yeah, from the
Uh,
Brewers.
he's looks like he's gonna get 15 million on the open market. That's pretty good. Andrew Kittredge. That's
Oh yeah, he was
you know,
good.
he's older.
He was good in the bullpen for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's just a lot of guys that are
Veterans, a lot of
old.
veterans.
Like a lot of 35-plus-year-old guys. So like other than Tucker, like if you can re-sign him, I think you're okay. You know?
Yeah, just the issue is like you sold off so much talent, you know, Isaac Paredes and Cam Smith to the Astros to get 1 year of him, and if you don't re-sign him and you let him go to like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies, it's gonna be seen as a like really you traded all that control and talent for Kyle Tucker and essentially a first round exit in the playoffs. It doesn't seem like a good trade off. I mean, especially for a team like the Cubs, like teams that hardly ever make the postseason would probably be like, hey, you know, that's the farthest we've made it in a while. You take that and we can build off that. But the Cubs, it's like this was your marquee guy that you got in the offseason. If you don't bring him back, what is that saying to the fans?
I think that they would bring him back. I think that he'll be back, but
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see. I thought he'd be back with Houston, and he left. So
Yeah. All right. To the AL side. Yeah, we'll talk about the one that wasn't even close. Blue Jays blew the doors off of the Yankees, and man, if you thought last year's team was bad just fundamentally, this team in general could not do anything.
We don't even have to go through the free agents. We already did this on the last episode when we were talking about how bad. Like we're talking about the Yankees offseason because we just knew this is gonna be bad. Man.
Bellinger is expected to opt out. So
yeah, he's gone, bro. He's gone. He's like
possible reunion, maybe.
maybe I don't know.
Get Conforto out of there.
Cody play left field?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, Cody did have a pretty decent season, and he played a pretty good left
Well,
field.
he'd go back to center, I feel like, at that point.
Maybe. I don't know. They do. I mean, Pages has improved in center field, I feel like. So there is that.
He has, yeah.
But I don't know. It'd be a wait and see thing. I'm not ready to talk Dodgers offseason yet because we're still in it. So
No, you're good.
Maybe
yeah.
if we lose the CS, we can talk about it. So, their starters, Fried, Schlittler, just got rocked as expected. This is like one of the best teams in.
What a name!
Yeah,
bro. Someone who was it? Someone mispronounced it. It was some analyst. I forget who it was.
It wasn't David Ortiz.
So funny, bro.
Was it David Ortiz?
Was it Poppy? It had to
it was
be
Poppy. Yeah.
And they're
Poppy,
like, you'll
right.
just stick with Cam. Just stick with Cam.
He's been electric this postseason, by the way.
Yeah, like
he's been incredible this
anytime
postseason.
a team gets eliminated, all right,
so
pulls
funny.
out the sombreros.
The
like,
Yankees lose.
Yep. Shout out Vladdy.
And Vladdy doing it too. So
A-Rod is sitting there, and he's so like over him. He's so done. Like him and Jeter are just sitting there, like, why are we here? Like, what's the point? Yeah.
You got 2 Red Sox and 2 Yankees sitting together. It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, the better team won this series, as expected. If it went back to Toronto somehow for a Game 5, I'd pick the Blue Jays still. But, yeah, I mean...
Bro, I did not see them putting up 10-plus runs in back-to-back games. That was crazy.
Yeah, they're really good at home, but we'll also talk about ALCS Game 1 once we get through all the DSs here. Judge hit a home run, which I think was kind of it was off the pole, but hey, it still counts. But yeah, they exploded Game 3, and I went, ooh, I mean, the Blue Jays kind of scored a lot of runs that game. Like, are they going to be able to do it again at Yankee Stadium? And they did. But yeah, you can blame Jazz kind of for letting a ball just kind of scoot by him. You know, he had a bad Game 4. He had a really bad Game 4. You know, you have Yankees fans saying, I don't want Wells as the starting shortstop. Or sorry, not Wells. Volpe as the starting shortstop. Wells as the catcher. He's buns, and I'm like, it sounds like you guys aren't fundamentally sound. That is what I am getting. So, the bright side, you have Garrett Cole coming back next year, so that rotation with Fried, Rodon, and now Cam, it's gonna look pretty good. You're obviously gonna have Bednar for like at least another year, so you have the closer situation figured out. You just got to figure out that bullpen, and then what's the lineup going to look like with Aaron? Because he's going to be coming back from captaining Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
This guy.
And he's going to be like, yeah, who knows what Team USA does if they win. It'd be like, all right, I won gold, and now I got to come back to the Yankees. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting offseason in Yankee land. Obviously, I'm not expecting Boone to get fired, nor Brian Cashman, just because, I mean, I don't know what the Hal Steinbrenner, or is it, I don't know if it's Hal or I think it's Hal, yeah, that's there. But they just...
He's not getting fired.
He's not. He's not. If they had a 2-0 series lead and then they lost 3 straight to the Blue Jays, then probably. But they were just out-talented, out-classed, like every facet.
Totally. Yeah.
They were just not, they were the inferior team. You were lucky to beat the Red Sox because they had a lot of injuries. So they were pretty banged up and whatnot, and your only competition in that was Trevor Story and Garrett Crochet. So anyway, Yankees are done. They're in Cancun. We'll go to the cinema that was Mariners Tigers. Yeah, Ryan saluting since he's
Just
in
sending
Detroit.
off my Tigers, man.
Yeah, that is
Sending off my
2 years in a row now. They've lost in Game 5 of the DS. Last year, they had a 2-1 series lead. Could not close out at home. Went back to Cleveland, and Tariq Skubal got touched up. This one, only like a check swing double and a sac fly was all Skubal gave up after striking out 13 and setting a postseason record with 7
So
straight
nasty.
strikeouts.
Dude, he's like Thanos when he's like, fine, I'll do it myself, man. And it still wasn't enough. God. Get the man
Mariners-
some help, please.
That's the thing. I think they only have 1 year left of control with Tariq Skubal. And the same thing with Casey Mize. And that's not a good
boy.
sign
Not good.
if your 1 and 2 starters are going to be free agents at the same time. And especially the offseason you had. I mean, I know you brought Glaber in. You have to bring him back. He's a free agent. He was
Oh,
really
hell
good.
yeah, bro. He was
Yeah,
hitting in the
he's-
postseason.
He's a free agent. It's the only major guy, like, it's Glaber, it's Jack Flaherty, and then it's like Chris Paddock, and like that's it.
No, you can
Like,
let Chris Paddock go. You can let him go.
Yeah, let him
Jack,
walk.
you could
or, like,
probably.
and then I
You
like
could re-sign
Kyle
Jack, I
Kyle
guess.
Finnegan.
He wasn't that great.
Finnegan was.
Finnegan's good. Finnegan's good.
Finnegan's good.
He wasn't great with Detroit, but he was good with Washington, so I don't know.
Like you can let guys like Canely, who only throws changeups, go. But the issue is like their offense, aside from Kerry Carpenter, was not producing any runs. I know they exploded in Game 4. I know. But when it went to Seattle,
It was just like the Phillies. They had one good game.
it won
Really?
really good game offensively, and then we were lucky to win Game 1 in extras because the Mariners were trying to play hero ball in front of their fans. And then when Game 2 happened, and then Game 5, they weren't letting that happen again where they lose 3-2 in extras. So, just 15 innings. Like, Detroit, you had your chances in those extras. Like, you had, I think, first and second, nobody out, and you could not score. Runner got thrown out at third, or not third, at home in whatever inning it was, and they just couldn't score after that. And you stopped so many Mariners rallies that your pitching staff, it was only a matter of time before the dam broke. And it did when Canely came in, leadoff single by JP, hit batter to a Randy, and then Cal moves him over with a sac fly, and it's just, at that point, it was over. So, but shout out to the Mariners. They're in their first ALCS since 2001, 24 years.
It's really cool to see.
And I'm just going to say this. Anybody who has an issue with these Seattle fans getting emotional and crying because their team is finally good and winning, kiss my ass! It's mainly Houston fans, because of course it's Houston. Why wouldn't it be Houston fans? They only just started watching baseball like 10 years ago, so. But like, I think there was one tweet that said, like, man, really getting emotional over taking the lead in an ALDS game, man, you can tell they don't win much. Yeah! They've never been to a World Series, dumbass! Now, that could change this year. We'll see. But, I don't know. Something about Houston
Looking
fans is just, it pisses me off. I don't like Houston. The city, the people. Never been. I've just heard bad things about it. But, great for Seattle. My adopted sons, the Mariners,
And then they go and take one in Toronto
Yep.
tonight.
And now we'll talk about game 1 of the ALCS. Bryce Miller getting the start, going off 3 days rest after he pitched in game 4. First pitch of the game, Springer. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was just to the other side of the plate, caught the corner, but Springer ambushed him early, opposite field, and Rogers center was rocking. And then I think like Nathan Lucas next has a long at bat, fouls a ball off his knee, which he eventually comes out of the game later with right knee contusion. So status up in the air for game 2. When he's been a big hitter this postseason too for the Blue Jays,
He's consistent.
especially in front of Laddie. It's
Mm-hmm.
losing him is going to be big. I don't think it'll hurt their defense.
They still
much.
don't have Bichette either.
No, he's out.
Dang.
So if he wants to come back, it'll be if Toronto probably makes the World Series. We'll see. Players who are back from injury for the Blue Jays, Chris Bassett. I don't know what game he will be starting, but it won't be tomorrow because Trey Savage is starting tomorrow. So my guess it'll be game 3 or 4 in Seattle. Max Scherzer's on the roster. My guess is he'll start as well. Probably game 4. Most likely they'll only want to have Max Scherzer pitch 1 game. But yeah. Oh, Brian Wu is back, but they said he will probably be pitching one of the games in Seattle. My guess would be game 4. Because they don't want to push him after coming back. So, we'll see there. You're guaranteed 4 in the CS, so we'll see him at least one of these games. Bryce Miller saved his best start of the season for game 1 of the CS. After the first hitter, Springer, who homered off him, I think he only allowed like 3 base runners on like 2 walks and like 1 hit. So it's kind of crazy that he was able to shut down the Blue Jays offense. The Blue Jays, only had 2 hits all game.
Considering how they've been, yeah.
After the Springer hit, their
Crazy.
only other hit was a Santander single in the 2nd inning, and then that was like that was it. They did not hit. The only time they got on was like through walks, which Seattle only allowed 3 free passes, all from Bryce Miller. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 3 Ks. That's all you can really ask for, considering that Game 5 the Mariners pitching staff went through. So, hey, and then you steal one. Cal Raleigh, big dumper in the 6th inning, sitting on a splitter from Kevin Gausman, takes it deep. And then the 6th inning, Rodriguez gets on with a walk, moved over on a passed ball or wild pitch, whichever however they scored it. And then Jorge Polanco, who won the game for them in Game 5, knocks in the go-ahead run in the 6th, charging Kevin Gausman with that 2nd run. And by then it's 2-1, and then Bryce goes out, pitches 1 more inning, cruises, and from there, Gabe Spire, Matt Brash, Andres Munoz slammed the door shut. Mariners offense, they did enough to win. Obviously, if you get into a high-scoring game, I don't think you're winning just because the Blue Jays offense. Like, if you asked me before the
Not
series...
the way the Blue Jays are.
Yeah.
No.
Which, this was a shock that they got shut down this badly. So, it's good for Seattle to get 1 because I don't know how they're going to be against Trey Savage. Because, obviously, he hasn't been seen a lot by teams. The Yankees saw him, and they did not do anything. So I'm scared for a team that likes to swing a lot. Like the Blue Jays don't strike out a lot,
good young.
but the Mariners do. The Mariners in total struck out 11 times to the Blue Jays 4. The Blue Jays don't strike out a lot, so that's just going to be the issue. You're going to have slick and pristine defense, but you got 1. And when it goes to Seattle, back to Seattle, it'll get a little harder with the Marine layer. But I mean, you got Luis Castillo on the mound
That's
for game
big
2.
though. Taking one in Toronto. That's
Mhm.
huge.
You beat their ace. Now you've got one of yours going.
Hmm.
Castillo, he only threw like 14 pitches in game 5, so it's like really he didn't really pitch a lot. So we'll see how that goes. And then Trey Savage as well. I don't know what the starters look like for 3 and 4, but
They have Bassett back too.
yeah, my guess it would be game 3 for Bassett. So, and then you'd probably see like Logan Gilbert in game 3, and then maybe George Kirby game 4. But I don't know where they're gonna throw Kirby. They might save Kirby for 5 just so
Wu could be 4 possibly.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And give Kirby the extra rest because I don't think they'll want Bryce to go again. Because I feel like if the Blue Jays see Bryce again, they'll be all over him, unless it's like a relief appearance. So,
Mhm.
but hey, good on my M's, man. Good on my M's. Ryan, did you want to add anything for ALCS game 1?
You know, I came in tonight's podcast at least before, and I was ready to switch my pick to the Blue Jays just because of I thought I just was more impressed in the previous round with the Blue Jays than I was with Seattle, and you know,
Oh yeah.
but after tonight, I will remain with Seattle, and maybe that's flip floppy or whatever, but that's just how I'm feeling. So.
Again,
Fair.
the Mariners have never made a World
But you know,
Series.
also go Brewers. Go Brewers. You know, go Brewers.
The
That's where my heart's at now.
yeah,
Fair.
the Mariners have never made a
Hey,
World
sort
but
of.
the curse is me, dude. It's like the curse of Broussard, but for baseball, for me. Every team I root for just loses. So you guys should be happy I'm rooting for the Brewers. You guys should be happy. So
we will take that
We'll
under
take it.
we will take it under advisement.
well,
Yeah.
we're gonna see. We'll see right now. Yeah, we'll see.
The Mariners have never been to a World Series, and they are now 3 wins away. Honestly, you can just say, hey, if you lose tomorrow, just win all 3 of your home games. I mean, that's how the format's set up. But I'm sticking with the Mariners. I'm gonna ride or die with them. I'm not just gonna jump off like even if the Blue Jays have the overall better roster, I will take the Mariners pitching any day of the week. I love their bullpen more, and I love their rotation more, and I love their catcher more to handle a pitching staff. Not that I don't think Kirk's good, it's just that one of them's going to win MVP, and the other's not. So now we'll move to the NLCS in a rematch of 2018. The Dodgers and the Brewers. Brewers finally won a postseason series since 2018. So every time they've been in the postseason, they've lost that round they were in. So 2020, when they expanded the wild card to have 8 seeds in the COVID season, got swept by the Dodgers in 2. 2021, lost in 4 to the Braves. 2022, missed the playoffs. 2023, got swept by the D-backs in the wild card round, and then last year lost in heartbreaking fashion in 3 games to the Mets. And now, avoiding heartbreak and beating the Cubs in 5, and now they will host the Dodgers. Dodgers the only wild card team to make it. So every other team had a bye except the Dodgers. So Tyler, what are we thinking here?
Surprising.
What are we thinking for this series?
You know, I'm a little nervous, obviously. You know, the Brewers' offense is very consistent and can be real dangerous at times. You know, they jumped all over the Cubs on game 1, and I love our rotation, obviously. It was tough to see Yoshi get hit a little bit by the Phillies in his second start. So, but yeah, I like what we have. Our offense needs to be as consistent as them, hopefully. And we're probably gonna have to win by scoring more runs, most likely. but they put up a lot of runs too at times. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. Or pitcher's duel, if we, our starters can get it done like they have been.
Well, I will say, game 1, I know they were like smacking the ball around against the Cubs. After game 1, most of their runs came via the long ball. So I just think keep the ball in the ballpark. And when we went in, we've been very good at that. The only home runs we gave up to the Phillies were literally game 3. And it was Schwarber and Real Muto hit one. So I think we only gave up 3 homers that series. So I'm confident the pitching staff can do it. My concern is going to be if Shohei doesn't show up as the batter. Because if he's pressing and not doing anything, we're going to have a serious problem here. Because, him, Pages, I know Freddie had like a good game 2. But like he wasn't.
He's all right.
He faced a lot of lefties. And the Brewers really don't have a lefty starter other than Quintana. They still haven't announced who the game 1 starter for the Brewers is. My guess it's going to be Quinn Priester because Peralta just pitched game 4. So my guess is Peralta will pitch either game 2, if not game 3 in Los Angeles, which at that point...
Priester got rocked in his only chance.
Yeah, against us, Priester went 6 innings, no runs, 11 strikeouts or something like that. So...
Damn.
Yeah, we need to not do that against
the Cubs, he got rocked.
Yeah, I know.
Sheesh.
I know.
Wow.
That's where I'm like, we can't lose to this guy again because he just got stepped on.
He was good the regular season.
He was.
Honestly, yeah.
And I don't like how Brewers fans, or at least people who are going for the Brewers, are saying like, didn't the Brewers walk over the Dodgers and sweep them? Like, this is going to be easy. And I'm like, buddy, how many times has one team beaten another consistently in the regular season and then immediately lose to them in the postseason? The Phillies beat us up in the regular season. We beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it's a for sure thing we're going to beat the Brewers, but if that's what you're counting on...
No, but we're different in October.
Yes. It's like a switch has flipped, like Ryan stated. I'm going to take us in 6. That is my prediction. They will have to go back to Milwaukee, unfortunately, for one more game. If it goes 7, I'll take us in 7. I think we have the pitching staff and the offense to do it. I don't like how the Brewers played on the road. I like how we played on the road.
Yeah, true. That's a big factor.
So, if we got to be road warriors, so be it. So be it. I mean, we're going to have to go on. If we make it to the World Series, we're going to have to start on the road.
We could even get it in 5 if we can take 2 in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a thought.
If we get started off like the Philly series, we got a real chance.
Oh, yeah, I'll be happy. But just get me 1. Let's go 1 game at a time. Let's focus on winning tomorrow, hopefully. They got their rest. They got the whole weekend off to prepare. I think right as they got to Milwaukee, they went straight to the ballpark for a workout too today. So I was like, okay, locked in, not messing around. So I'm gonna miss the game. Unfortunately, I'll be at work probably most of the day, so I'll miss both CSs. Hopefully for a Mariners 2-0 lead and a Dodgers game 1 win. That's all the baseball talk, ladies and gentlemen.
That's kind of crazy that the Mariners had to play after playing 15 innings. They had to play like within 2 days and be in Toronto.
You got 1 travel day. So
it's crazy.
You just be lucky it wasn't like immediately, all right, go to Toronto, play tomorrow. Because they would have lost that game outright.
That's it for all the baseball talk, I guess, huh?
That's it for this episode, I feel like. Unless we want to save
Brewers in 4.
They're not sweeping us, bro.
Wow,
They're not sweeping the Dodgers.
That's crazy.
I'm just trolling.
All right. Well, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you our NBA season predictions because the opener is next Tuesday between the Thunder and the Rockets and the Lakers. Our Lakers. And the frickin' Warriors. Why are they still here?
Yeah, no LeBron.
No LeBron, unfortunately.
No LeBron.
It is
Great.
Luka's time. We're going to see how he leads this team Now with DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart on this team, I'm interested to see, boys. I'm interested to see. But if we start out by losing to the freaking Steph,
Bro, we have
and
Marcus Smart now.
you didn't
Yeah, you
know
didn't know
this?
Maybe I did. I kind of forgot. I
It was a
haven't watched
while
basketball
ago.
At all.
It was a while ago. So
That was a
Adam
long time
Silver's
ago,
ruined the NBA
if we lose,
softly.
oh yeah, Seth Curry's now on the Warriors, so we got to deal with both Currys.
Oh yeah, both Currys. Yeah.
Great.
So we got to deal with that. We got to deal with freaking
30 and 31.
Jimmy. We got to deal with Draymond, and I guess what's his name?
Oh yeah, Jimmy now too.
What's his
Oh,
name?
jeez.
Podzemski? I don't know. Like
Oh yeah, Pod.
only
yeah.
goes off against
Brandon
us,
Podziemski.
has his best games
He
against the
does.
Lakers, and then does nothing
True.
against the other 28 teams in the league.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
he's good
there's that,
at
but
times.
that'll be for next episode. Anyway, guys.
All
We're
right.
gonna give, yeah. We'll give you. We'll give you. I'm trying to think of what we could do for NBA. We'll give you 1 through 10
Preseason.
seed.
Yeah, probably our
give you-
seating.
yeah.
Our seating.
We'll give you our playoff predictions. So like we'll give you our 10 playoff teams for each side, and then who we think is going to win the championship.
Yep.
East-West finals and championship.
Anyway, guys, that was Ryan, Tyler, and Jared. Time of possession. We'll see you guys in the next one.